What just happened? I think I was taking pictures or something. That was weird. Oh, she smokes. Okay, whatever then. I was about to say there's an attractive girl, but she smokes. She smokes to keep her weight down. Somebody had binoculars and was pointing them out to the sea. What are they, whale watching or something? Yeah, whales do get beached on the ocean. Wow, that's a curly wave. People have stopped here. There's bathrooms. You can go out and look at the ocean. Orford? Oh, there's a biker gang. Yeah, the bathroom's over there. Looks like a bicycler up ahead. See, that's what I'd be doing. I'd need a big old trailer for all my stuff. But I wouldn't bother with hitchhiking. I would just bicycle. I need a good trailer. I need to consider a good trailer. Yeah, I guess you can bicycle fairly safely on here. It's not too incredibly busy. There's people walking on the beach. So yeah, that's the thing. It's a darker sand. I forget what the sand was like now. I think though California sand is a little lighter in color. I forget though. I kind of forget. Alright, 55 is the speed limit. Nobody's come up behind me because I'm not in California. People actually maintain a respectable distance. Passing lane 1 mile. Alright. It's a Saturday. Library's open 1 to 5. Looks, you can see as evidenced by the trees how windy it is. As evidenced by the trees. They're just kind of facing one way. Yeah, it's an attractive rock structure. Bunch of ducks on the left. Not quite mallard ducks. Yeah, there's just no barren. There's no seriously barren areas. It is good vegetation. Orford to the right. So it's like a city. Some kind of a camp here. I'm not sure if that's private or what. Big old gate. You see big gates in Washington too though, so that's nothing new. Alright, slower traffic, keep right. No problem. I had a good breakfast of steak and eggs this morning. I'm really proud of myself for eating that. I want to increase my protein consumption because I've been reading a combination. I've been reading 2 books in between the Perfect Health Diet and the Lewis and Clark journals. I really see the paleo diet coming together. I mean, wow. The Lewis and Clark were living entirely off of meat, just different kinds. I found it interesting how it was maybe Lewis who said he enjoys the rump and the tongue of the buffalo. Those are his 2 favorite parts of the buffalo. So he would shoot down a buffalo, cut off the rump and the tongue, and leave the rest. Sometimes they would take, many times though, they would take the skin. He would direct everybody else to take the skins so they could use those skins to cover a boat, like a temporary boat. they carried an iron frame for a boat, and then they would fill out the sides with sticks and hides. And it's interesting, you know, you think hides may not be so strong, but there's a picture that was taken in India of guys who like were blowing up these cow hides so they could float on them in the water. Like early flotation devices are made of animal skins, and they like sewed the ends, blow them up and sew the ends. So I mean, they were using those as flotation devices, which, you know, Lewis and Clark could have done that as well, I suppose. But that looks a little tricky, because the way these Indians probably carved their cows, they probably didn't want to make too many incisions. They didn't want to cut up the hide too much. They would like gut that'd be more laborious, I think, to remove the skin from the animal in a way that they have as few cuts as possible. That would be laborious. Lewis Clark were just making skins, and they were using skins. They were shaving the skin. But he said at one point, like, I'm just reading this now, he said at one point they got kind of impatient, and instead of shaving the skin, he singed the hair, because they were getting towards the end and a little impatient, hanging out in one spot, finishing the touches on that boat, the animal skin boat. And one of the best skins to use is elk skin, elk hide. Buffalo is not ideal, but that's a second choice, and definitely not deer or goats or any other kind of skin. Prehistoric gardens. I just get a glance at it. Oh my God! All right. Oh, it's a big brontosaurus. Really no reason to pull over for anything there. Unless you're a kid. If you got kids, then yeah, sure. There'd be a lot more places I would stop if I had a kid or kids. Had a family, but as an adult, I just don't share in the wonder. Yeah, my lifestyle would be definitely different if I had a kid. And yeah, Lewis and Clark, they brought a child along with Sacagawea. Thought that was interesting. A child actually followed them from Montana all the way to the coast and back. And he became quite famous too, this kid, when he grew up. He went over to Europe and hung out with German royalty through the 1800s, the early 1820s, 1830s. He came back. He'd done a lot of traveling, and then he ended up dying in Oregon. There's actually like a monument in the eastern part of Oregon. I marked it on my Google Maps. It's a clear marking on the Google Maps, and it's interesting. I don't know if I'll ever reach it, but it's interesting. What is this? This guy's going 35 miles an hour. 30 miles an hour. He's really in no hurry. And that's fine. I can live with that. It allows me to be more cautious. I wonder if I should roll this down. It's a nice big rock structure over there. Nice and cool weather. So it's really neat to see the coast like this. I like stopping at the cities and checking out the coast, because there are there are just miles and miles of interesting parts of it, but I mean, I can't stop at it all. There's a parking off to the left right here. Somebody actually built a fire. I think they camped overnight last night. Alright, this semi-truck's really slowing down again. I'm going to try to give him the cushion, but I'm going to have to hit the brakes, I think. He's really slowing down good. I'm just kind of watching my brakes. More of the ocean view. We're kind of alongside the ocean. It's going to be a disaster when this road washes away. Complete disaster, because they'll have to build higher up on the hillside. Look at that, this hillside's already sliding. No doubt the shore is sliding into the ocean. This hillside's sliding into the road. This road is definitely not designed to last forever. They did put a valiant effort into stopping the rocks from really plummeting on the road, though. I see there's a large chain fence that's covered a large portion of that rock slide area. So yeah, I'm in fourth gear, going 40 miles an hour. That's fine. I could pass him at any time, but you know, he could be the lead vehicle. That's fine. I don't mind doing the following. Going a slight downhill. All right. Looks like somebody lives. Yeah, somebody lives on the ocean here. All right, good transition. Really appreciate the transitions from road to bridge. Those smooth transitions. Right, so it's heavily forested. Scenic byway. They got to remind you that this is a scenic byway. So this is supposed to be very scenic. I'm getting quite warm.